Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we're going to look at the phrases would like, would have done, and look at, and talk about how we use these and pronounce these in fluent speech. So this was a request from one of our viewers, and as you know, we do have our Word of the Day series and our live question and answer classes, and also we have the series that we call Real Talk, linking and reduced sounds, where we look at fluent speech and fluent English. So in this class, we're going to focus on how we actually say these. So even though in written English you might see he would like, I would like, we don't say those phrases word by word. First of all, if I'm saying I would like or he would like, the word that's stressed there is like. I would like, he would like, but much more typically, rather than using the word would, we would change this to I'd like, and it sounds the same as this kind of I'd like to. And so my D of I'd like doesn't get released, so we typically have I'd like. You don't hear I'd like with a break. We use an unreleased D, a stopped D sound. I'd go up to make the D and then release right into your L. I'd like. Same thing with he'd like. It sounds like he'd like. He'd like. He'd like to go. He'd like to talk to you. He'd like that. Same for all of the other pronouns, you'd, we'd, etc. I do have a video talking about how we pronounce I'd, he'd, she'd, it'd, etc. And you can check that out after this video if you're interested. Search on the channel page for contractions or would, and you'll find that video. Then when it comes to would have done, for example, we would have done that, we would have done that. We don't contract the would in this case. I would have, he would have, we would have, etc. John would have, pronoun or noun, name there at the beginning. Would have becomes contracted to would have, and what that sounds like is would have. So we have the sound and the v sound, and actually when American kids are learning to write down would have, they write it as would have. We pronounce it the same as the sound of. So it has the sound and the v sound, would have. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done. That's what he would have done. What would you have done? Well, that changes the word order there, but you get the idea that would have, rather than would have, is reduced to would have. We don't always write it with the contraction, but we, most of the time, 99% of the time, we say it with the contraction. So using the full version of I would or would have is going to make your speech less fluent and less native-like. It makes sense to learn how to pronounce these contractions and use them because they really help with fluency and flow. And then the third thing that was requested was how we pronounce look at in fluent connected speech. And so usually that is not the important word. If we're saying we need something to look at, we're going to stress on look. I need to look. I need something to look at. If look at comes at the end, it's stressed. But usually it's not at the end. For example, look at that, look at me. And look at then becomes more like kind of look at, where that vowel gets reduced, shortened, loses its clarity, becomes a reduced vowel, and it's more like a schwa or an is sound. Look at that, look at me, look at. So we kind of think about that vowel going away, and we're just doing kind of a very reduced vowel between the k and the t. Look at. I need to look at that. I need to look at the pictures. Can you look at me, please? Look at. So sometimes you'll see in shorthand or in a cartoon or writing that's supposed to try to represent how we actually sound that people will write look at as look at. Okay, so these were some really good suggestions from our viewer on phrases that we tend to reduce, and this viewer wanted to see how they actually sound in fluent speech. We have more videos like this and more help for real talk, connected speech, how to sound more fluent and native-like in our Real Talk playlist, as well as our Real Talk online course. You can check that out on speechmodification.com. It's going to walk you through some of the common reductions and linking that we do, and also teach you how to listen to TV and movies and use that to develop your own ability to do real talk and sound more fluent and more native. So that's our Real Talk course. You can check it out on speechmodification.com. I'll be back tomorrow with another Word of the Day class, and on Saturday we'll have our live question and answer class. If you have questions about this topic or any other questions for American accent, American English pronunciation, do feel free to leave those in the comments. I do go back through those, get people responses, send you links, or add your word to my list to cover in a future class. Thanks so much for watching this video, for interacting with the videos in the channel, liking, sharing, commenting, and especially thank you to those of you who have subscribed or joined as channel members. I truly appreciate your support. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye everyone. Hope to see you again soon.